beautiful girls are my cousins, Ella and Tanya. Tanya and Ella, I would like to ask you a question. How long have you been married? How many kids you have? Is it easy to be a wife? Is it easy to be a mother? I know it is a beautiful thing to be in love, to be married, but is it so easy? And what guides you in life? I know you have a very good mom. And tell us a little bit about your experience and about the class we met today for Wisdom for Mothers class. So tell us a little bit about your experience and share your blessings with other girls. Why are you guys successful? Why you have such good husbands? How you got your husbands? Just share a little bit about your blessing.
Okay, so maybe at first we could talk about like before we're married, how God gave us such great husbands. That's a good one to start with. Both me and my sister Tanya, we were both very involved in church and youth. We would love to go on mission trips. We always sang at church, and we were just not just but because we loved the Lord and we wanted to serve Him, and He gave us those talents. And so, spending a lot of time at church, singing and seeking God. We weren't really out there to look for a husband. It just happened. People always say, people always tell me God will send the one.
Yes.
But truly, if you're in His Word, if you're serving Him, if you're where He wants you to be, He really will just, lead your husband to you. And so, we went on a trip to Mexico with Church Pathway to God, and there we met our future husbands. So we went,
both of you, yes.
Yeah, so there, we met our future husbands, and through all of that, God just made everything work out perfectly. So about the husband part, the best thing I can say is first find out where God wants you to be.
Yes.
Be in His will, do what He thinks is right, and then really, like people say, the husband, the right one just comes along. That's true, because God sends him at the right time.
And I know you guys have very good husbands.
I'm gonna add one more thing. What I did from like 15 years old, I remember I always prayed for my future husband, and I told God like everything that I wanted in him. I wanted him to love my family because I love my family. Like I have a very blessed family. Great mom, like you mentioned, great dad. Wonderful sisters who are my best friends, and my mom, and someone who would love God, and all these things that I listed out to God every day, all the time in my prayers. I literally got that in my future husband, which I was amazed, and I even got more. Even what I didn't ask for, God gave me that, and I know it's because I served Him all the days of my life, and I loved Him, and I feared Him, and because of that, I believe that's why.
So Tanya, just because I know you a little bit, tell me, how old were you when you got married? Did you get married when you were 17, 18, 20? How long it took you to wait for a husband?
I got married at the age of 23.
23?
Yes.
So was it easy for you to wait?
Yes, honestly, I didn't want to get married. For some reason, I was like, only after 21. And right at the age of 21 is when I started talking to my future husband.
Yes. So you were patient and you knew God will give you.
Yes, definitely.
Perfect. Good job,
yes,
girls.
You just have to wait and God will send you the right one.
Okay, so you guys got married and I know you guys have babies.
Yes, we just both became new moms this, 2016.
How old are your babies?
So mine is 7 months old, just about.
And mine's 3 months.
Yes. Is it easy to be a mom?
At first it wasn't.
Yeah, as a newborn, no, it's not as easy.
Both of our babies are pretty colicky. They cried for the first 3 months.
Yeah.
And so, talk about stress and all of that.
Yeah, a lot of time needed to give to the baby. Some sleepless nights. Gotta sacrifice a lot of yourself. It's not about you anymore. It's about the baby more and the
Do
husband.
your husbands help you?
Oh yeah.
Of course, yes.
But then you have to have that priority. My baby, my husband, myself. How do you give yourself to your husband, to your baby, and then you find this time for yourself still?
Yeah. Well, I feel like for some reason I really feared being the type of person that just isn't balanced. There's some moms that just make their husbands take care of their baby full time, and they're just, oh, you know, they get to relax and go on dates and brunches with girls, and the husband's constantly with the baby. I think that's very wrong. At the same time, if you take on all the tasks of the baby, your husband's going to get used to that, and he won't help you in the future because he's already used to that. So I felt like from the start, I did all that I can do. I wouldn't wake up my husband at night because why? I'm the one feeding the baby. Why should I wake him? He's not going to help me. He'll just be awake. So I didn't wake him up at night. I fed the baby. I did the duties. During the day when he was at home, he would help me change the diaper, and sometimes he would do it by himself. If not, I would ask him, you know, gently, kindly, and he would do it. And we just, from the start, I feel like the most important thing is from the start, set up a routine that you guys are doing your part, and then in the end, when the baby's really used to that, you get your time too, because, you know, it's just all works a great schedule.
So basically equal, husband, wife, together, balance. Yes.
That's when you're the happiest and less stressful, I think.
But when you get a second baby, believe me, you will be breastfeeding, he will be waking up to take care of the other baby. Yeah, so then dad needs to work a little harder when the second baby comes, because usually the second baby is with mom, the older one is with dad. But the first year, when you guys just got married, was it easy to be a wife? Or did you guys have to submit? Did you guys have to, like for me personally, I loved my husband so much, but we were so different. And he would tell me one thing and I don't agree. And what do? Do I prove my point or do I listen to him? Was it easy for you girls?
Honestly, I don't really remember. I remember my first year honestly was great. Like best year so far. But I remember that when I got married in August, and in September we started a book club, kind of like this work. Wisdom Mothers. And it was called The Power of a Praying Wife. And I'm so thankful that I started reading that book at just the right time, because everything was great. But that book, it reminded me that every day I have to pray for my husband. And it's not just like, oh, God bless my husband at work. It's like, no, God, protect my husband's eyes, protect his ears, his heart.
Very specific.
Yeah, very specific, every detail of his life. And that helped me so much. And then it said if there's things, because, you know, no one's perfect. And your husband isn't like you. He doesn't think or understand everything like you do. So... And it says instead of nagging him all the time and to ask him to change, instead pray about those things. So I started praying about those things, and instead of me trying to change him, I saw God changing him. And so like that just was that really helped me. But yeah, like sometimes it's not easy to submit to someone else, you know, especially when you were so independent, living on your own with parents, and but you know, with God, like, it's possible. And if you read His Word, you know what God requires of you as a wife, then it's easier. I don't know.
I feel like it all depends on your spiritual state. If you are, you know, not reading the Bible, not praying, you're more gorda. And it's harder for you to submit to your husband. But if every day, you know, you're in the Word and you're praying, you would be surprised how easy it is to submit. So it depends all on your spiritual state, I feel.
That's
you know
a good point. Yeah, because I know, like, girls, when they even are dating, like my daughter, she's saying, Mom, it's so not easy to be a girlfriend. It's not easy to be a wife, because you have to constantly change.
You have to work on yourself.
You have to, work on yourself, become better. Same thing with a wife. Same thing with a mother. You have never been a mother of a 9-month-old, right? How old is your baby? 7. You don't know what's going to be tomorrow. Same with Tanya. You don't know how is it to have a baby who's teething, or who is learning how to walk, or who is getting ill, or, you know, we are constantly learning, and it's a beauty of life. At the same time, it's hard. It is hard. So tell me about your mom. Are you guys blessed? She's your mom?
Very.
She was telling us how she would let you girls bring youth to your house, and how you guys met your boys, your husband, your future husbands. So did you guys like it, how your mom was? Was she strict, or was she nice, or was she your friend, or how was she?
So what, you want to start?
Sure.
Okay.
Like discipline, strict wise, yes. I remember growing up, my mom was very strict.
You think so?
Yes.
When the thing,
As children,
yeah,
like,
the beauty is that with every stage, she changed her discipline strategies, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So she's talking about as children. How
yeah,
was she?
as children, like I remember at church, we'd all sit there very quietly, like we weren't able to talk, nothing. Like we had to sit in church. We weren't those kind of kids that we can get up and run to a playroom or no, like we all sat quietly. And I was amazed, like looking back now, I'm like, wow, 6 of us kids just sitting quietly next to mom, and dad was up in choir all the time.
Yes.
And yeah, like discipline wise, I remember, you know, she would, when we needed to be hit, she would hit us, and just my memories of her, she was strict. And as we grew up, she, like in my teenage years, I remember she became a friend.
Yeah.
Like at night she would come into our room, she would ask us how our day was, she would ask who we're talking to, who we like, who likes us, like, you know, we just kind of sit and have like that time with her. And
She would give us advice, you know, not like nagging or like forcefully, like you should not like this person, but it was like, so what do you like about him? And oh, really? Those are great qualities, you know. And she would influence us unconsciously. We didn't know that, but you know, the words she would tell us, you know, then we'd be like, wow, I kind of want somebody that mom would like, because we, you know, loved our mom and she was our good friend and we wanted to please her, right? So we would always kind of want to look for someone maybe that mom would like or that mom would approve. So yeah.
Yeah. How's your dad?
oh, dad's great too.
What was his part in your...
Dad,
Growing up.
discipline wise, he was strict, but I remember my mom, she would like hit us more, like
Yeah,
I don't know how to say that more, yeah, but she would be going to spank us more. Dad, he always kind of felt like guilty and bad, like he'd kind of spank us, and then he'd always tell us like, but I love you guys, that's why I'm doing it to you, you know. So, but yeah, he was like our friend too, but we always had like this kind of fear towards him because
I call it respect.
yeah,
We respected him a lot.
Yeah.
We weren't like best friends, and you know, if we do something, we don't care what dad thinks. It was like we really care what dad thinks. We respect him, and a lot of that was from mom. Mom made us be afraid of him. Like, girls, hurry, clean up. Dad's coming home. You know, you want him to be in a good mood when he sees you. This and that. So she kind of set us up to respect our dad.
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. And like even how she taught us now that you said that, like I have that too now. Like when I know my husband's coming home, I like to have my whole house clean. I like to have like some fresh food on the table for him. Like preferably have my child sleeping so when he comes home we have like that time alone, because I know that as a child my mom always did that for my dad. Like we'd always have to clean everything up, make the house super quiet, and he would come home, sit at the table, and we'd all like eat and it'd be quiet, and he would come home and feel rested.
And that's actually really interesting because, you know, sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. But I noticed that when my house is clean and when my husband comes home, food's already ready, he comes home and he goes, I'm so glad to be home. He says that, and I'm like, you know, and it just happens that on those days is when everything is all nice and done.
And you just think, you know, I worked hard to make it nice and clean for you.
They know that and they appreciate it, so it's nice.
Girls, thank you so much. Is there anything you would like to say to young moms, like your age? What do you think is a blessing? Why are you guys so успешные?
Well, what I want to say to young moms is, you know, just take it one day at a time. Always seek God in the morning. Let that be your first priority. And from that, you'll get your strength to get through the rest of the day. And, you know, there's things biblical, like I said, that we do, you know, get strength from God. But at the same time, you know, I feel like I did a lot of scheduling with my baby and feeding her and, you know, everything by schedule, and I feel like that makes a really big difference. When I talk to a lot of Slavic girls, you know, I don't know, for some reason they're not all into that, but it's a really great thing to get your baby on schedule so that when your husband comes home, the baby's sleeping, and you have that perfect time, and at night the baby's sleeping and your husband's happy, and you just have a happy family. So
just like your mom did.
Structure, my mom just taught us everything to be in order and structure, and I feel like I did that. And it just kind of, it's a great blessing.
So let's see, who is your mom? There she is. That's the same. My aunt, it's Svetlana Ryapolov. And whose baby you're holding?
It's Tanya, the baby.
Tanya's baby.
Okay.
Yeah. So girls, at the end, can I ask you to sing a English song? I know you have beautiful voice. and just give a gift of a song to the world.
What song, Olga?
Any song, any first thing that comes to your mind. It could be love, it could be God, it could be life, it could be baby, it could be mom.
Let's do it. American,
Sure.
English song.
Yeah, this is an English. Yes.
English song,
Що
Tina.
на воспоминання вчились?
Yeah, okay.
There is no problem too big, God cannot solve it. There is no mountain too tall, God cannot move it. There is no storm too dark, God cannot calm it. There is no sorrow too deep, He cannot soothe it. If He carry the weight of the world upon His shoulders, I know, my brother, that He will carry you. If He carry the weight of the world upon His shoulders, I know, my sister, that He will carry